So a model I want to share with you just now is one that we use when we're training negotiators and mediators. And it comes from the discipline of transactional analysis. It's really helpful for people in a mediation or negotiation role to understand a bit about what is happening in terms of dynamics between people. So transactional analysis is really useful. And then within transactional analysis, there is a particular model that is really relevant for us when we're looking at conflict, which is the drama triangle. So looking at the work of Karpman. And as a mediator, here's how I might experience it. I come along and I meet someone who is playing the role of victim. This language is used in a very particular way. When we say victim, we're not talking about, for example, the victim of a traffic accident. It's victim as in someone playing out a role in which they feel oppressed, they feel hopeless and helpless, but they are discounting their self. They're not seeing that they have any capacity at all to make a difference in the situation that they're in. And in that role that they're playing, they cast all of the power onto someone that they would see as the persecutor. When we play the persecutor role, and sometimes we do, we are maybe driven by anger and resentment. Maybe we feel like we've been in that victim role long enough, and we feel like this is the only way to make it stop is if we give as good as we get, or give them a taste of their own medicine kind of thing. So we shift to that persecutor role. And again, we're still discounting, but rather than discounting ourselves now, we're discounting the value and integrity of the other. And we might be very dominating or critical in that role. And the third piece of this drama triangle, the third corner, is inhabited by the person playing the role of rescuer. The rescuer, actually, like the persecutor, is in a one-up position where they get to feel better about themselves because they're coming in like on the white charger to save the day. They're actually still discounting the ability of others to think for themselves. In this case, taking over and doing things on behalf of the victim and possibly trying to punish the persecutor. To give you a story for this, I want to share something that happened to my mum. So she was in that situation where her washing machine had broken down and she was complaining to her friend. Maybe my dad was being too slow getting it fixed or getting it sorted, but my mum was having a really lovely, good old moan to her friend about it, and justifiably so. And sure, wasn't the washing building up like a mountain? Possibly what she was looking for was a bit of sympathy. But something unexpected happened. Her friend, who had significant resources about her, decided to take that rescuer role, and she did an enormously generous thing. I'm kind of struggling for that word because it's not clean, but it's a generosity in that she went and bought a new washing machine for my mum. She bought her a new washing machine to fix the problem for my mum. So that was my mum firmly seen in the victim role and her friend in as the rescuer, and probably my father cast in persecutor role for not having sorted this out soon enough or something like that. Now, you don't just stay in those roles in this game. When we're playing the drama triangle, everybody gets to move around and have a go. So my mum, on receiving this washing machine, is aghast. This is not the kind of washing machine she would ever buy for herself. It has a million buttons with all sorts of fancy features. She cannot believe she will ever work out how to use it. And now that this brand new washing machine has been bought for her, there's no way she can now ask my father to get the old one fixed that she loves, or even replace it with something similar, the kind of model that she feels more comfortable with. So she's shifting out of the victim role to actually feeling quite critical in the persecutor role now of actually her friend has just made the situation 10 times worse. Her friend moves from rescuer down to victim, and the words coming out of her mouth are, "But I was only trying to help." That's when you know you've made that shift from the rescuer to the victim. And all of us can move around that drama triangle. None of these roles are healthy. None of them are us being real about the fullness of who we are. And the core thing, which is so crucial when we're thinking about mediation or negotiation and trying to do those well, is what's happening when people claim that victim seat. It's the one down position, but it's actually the seat that everyone's looking for. Because in the victim role, you're getting your needs met without having to ask for them directly. So, this is not a useful game to play. We all move around the triangle unless it is disrupted. And the way to disrupt it is to not play the game, to be the one who stands outside of this drama triangle and is being straight, but is being full, is naming their own needs directly or offering help in a way that balances with appropriate roles and recognising the capacity of other people to make their own decisions in life. So rather than playing this drama triangle, instead we're in an okay, I'm okay, and you're okay mode, the okay circle. I like to use a circle instead. And for this, if you're wanting to disrupt the drama triangle, you can come in at any point in this I'm okay, you're okay way of relating. So if you know you get pulled in to the rescuer seat because you hate to see other people in distress and you really want to make everything better, it is okay to be caring, but caring in a way that actually accepts other people's ability to decide for themselves. It doesn't take over and do things for people that they are capable of doing for themselves. It checks what kind of help is needed and then offers what is available. So you can be caring, and that is fine and healthy. You can also be assertive. So rather than getting caught into the persecutor role, where maybe out of frustration at seeing someone else being so helpless and failing to do things for themselves that they could do, you can be assertive. You can recognise your own needs and the other person's needs and work with boundaries and clarity. You're accepting the value and integrity of the other person, but you're also, of course, accepting your own value and integrity. So minding those boundaries well. It helps you not to slip out of role and do more than you should. So what that might have looked like, for example, is my mother taking the vulnerable place of the okay circle, where she maybe does say, here's how distressed I am at the mound of washing. I don't know what next to do. We just need some clean sheets and towels, and I'm exhausted hand washing everything at the moment. So yeah, share how distressing that is, but from a place that you're actually willing to be open about what you need. And maybe my mum could have said to her friend, and you know what I just need is someone just to listen to me moan for a minute and get this off my chest. That's all I need, just a listening ear. And she'd be really grateful for that, and a cup of tea and a piece of cake with it. Why not? Or maybe she'll say, do you know what? I just really need some practical help here. And then her friend really can be in that caring role where she says, okay, what's the priority? What do you really need done? I could take a load of washing if that would help. And my mum being able to say, yeah, do you know what? I'll get a bin bag full of the towels. They're just so heavy. If you would do those and get them back, I know I'll get things sorted soon enough. But in the meantime, it would be such a delight to have fresh towels again. Simultaneously, each of them are minding roles and boundaries there. Her friend is not taking over and doing things that my mother hasn't even asked for. That would be two grown-ups helping each other, or one grown-up asking for help maybe from another in a way that is actually perfectly healthy. When you're coming in as a mediator or you're trying to support a principled negotiation, we're really trying to help the people who are in this conflict to find a way to voice their own needs, for the situation to feel safe enough for them to be open about that, to be direct about what they need. We're also giving space for them to recognise and acknowledge the value of the other, to be caring and thoughtful about how maybe their actions are impacting the other. And we're also helping them to be assertive, to mind the boundaries, to be clear about the issues, to actually work hard on resolving the problem together, with the kind of energy that you need with that assertive response. And so a mediator or a principled negotiator needs to really recognise those dynamics when they're happening, not to get caught into them themselves, which there'll be a real temptation to do, but also, as well as minding ourselves and knowing our own tendencies to join the drama triangle, we're really trying to help the people in the conflict, the others around us, to find a way to inhabit that I'm okay, you're okay circle in a more healthy expression of the dynamic between them. So that's Cartman's drama triangle in the way we use it as mediation Northern Ireland.